He said it was just easier because everyone knows him as Steve Austin, and it's made everything easier.
Me being a avid Stone Cold fan, Sagittarius, by the way, shout out to Stone Cold. Also, a self-proclaimed serial killer historian. Proud of it.
Yeah,
I know all about him, and the hitman genre, as well as like the mafia genre. I'm like a mafia historian. Organized crime shit, very into it, love it. There was one guy who crossed both those loves. It was a hitman who had some serial killer tendencies to him. It was Richard Kuklansky, the Iceman is what they called him. He was a hitman for the mob, but he also just killed like a motherfucker because he didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And Stone Cold, before he was Stone Cold, was trying to figure out a new gimmick because he had told Vince, I don't like this ringmaster shit. It's fucking whack. And he had been wearing, and they knew he didn't give a fuck about him because they had him wearing like green trunks. And at one point, he started wearing black trunks and no one said anything to him. He's like, I knew at this point they're not looking at me. And this ringmaster saw, maybe I asked for another, give me another, I want another name. And he said, okay, come up with one. And he said, so he sees on HBO this fucking documentary. He just be watching, he was there, I'm drinking beers and I'm watching HBO and it's a goddamn Richard Kuklansky, the Iceman. I like that. He's bald. You know what I'm saying? And at this time, he goes bald. You guys remember that? Because before he had like the buzz.
Yeah, for sure.
So he goes bald. He grows the goatee out. And he's like, yeah, you know, I'm doing it. It's the whole look. That was the Richard Kuklansky look. But because he's the Iceman, they're coming up with, like, okay, what if you're like Victor Von Freeze?
No, I've got it. You could be Fang McFrost.
Fang McFrost. And then what was it? It was his wife, right? Was it Deborah? In my version, it's Deborah, but this is probably before.
I feel like it was before Deborah.
Yeah. You know what? It was Deborah. She comes up, big ass titties, big old fake Texas ones. You know what I mean?
Ooh, the puppies.
The puppies, right? She comes up, she's like, here's your coffee. Drink it before it's stone cold.
What'd you say?
What was that? He said, what?
Stone cold.
He said, what?
Pardon the pun.
I said, you better drink it before it's stone cold. What? This went on for several hours.
I need to go find this clip where he's like,
what?
Could you imagine when Stone Cold's in there making sweet love to his wife? Come on, baby. Jump on me.
What?
What?
No, really put it on.
Go down on me. What?
What?
I said suck on my titties. What?
Hey, Stone Cold's gonna have it one day where he's gonna start peddling the world's greatest fucking hearing aid, bruh. What? Imagine old ass gray Stone Cold. What? What? I really couldn't hear though. And goddamn, until I found the best damn hearing aid.
I never said what again.
That's the bottom line.
Stone Cold could peddle anything. He's quite a salesman. That's
right. Sure. When he was in there with Goldberg, bro. He's in Goldberg's compound because Goldberg. This is why a lot of wrestlers hated on him because in the 90s he got a bag, bro. He got a big bag and continued to get the big bag. And then like,
Goldberg was. Go ahead.
He was big. He was big, man. Go ahead.
They're saying that he was reckless. Bret Hart would say that.
Oh yeah.
They say
he's not a wrestler.
You what?
He wasn't a wrestler. It's an art. Right. He actually ended Bret Hart's career. He did he did an Irish whip to the ropes, and he was gonna side crescent kick him. This is like the super kick. Like for those that know Shawn Michaels, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But Goldberg just had it in his arsenal as one of his like regular moves. He Irish whip you and then fucking side crescent kick you. And he just full on blasted fucking Bret Hart.
In the forehead or something.
And it concussed him so bad that doctors will never allow. And what's so sad is because this is his last match like in wrestling ever. Right. So when you watch that match, Bret Hart he has the strap and he's not supposed to drop the strap to Goldberg. So when he takes that hit, he's so concussed that they have to finish the match, and then it's like some weak ass finish, and then it's Bret Hart. He's just Bret Hart. This is why I love Bret Hart, because
sad, man.
he's about it. He's like, fuck that. But when you see him, he's holding the belt up and he's like ringing his own bell. He's like, what the fuck? And that's the last we saw of Bret Hart in wrestling and shit. And then, because like now doctors would never clear him to wrestle again. And then he goes to Hawaii, right? Because mind you, he had like divorced and he got a little bitch in Hawaii and whatnot. And you know what I'm saying? So he's living in Hawaii and he's just biking and he just hits a little pothole on the same little trail that he always bikes on. His little pothole, does a little somersault off the bike. He's a big dude, by the way. So he's probably going pretty fast to him somersault. And the impact when he hit the ground, he hit his head again and it immediately gave him a stroke. Because like he had already had all this severe brain. Yeah. So this now he has this new head trauma, boom, and immediately he strokes. But he came back like all the way, bro. It was a long journey too. And then like Vince McMahon, the true like Satan that he is, brought him back and made it a storyline. Oh yeah, look at you. You know what I mean? It was like, didn't they have the Bret Hart fucking Vince McMahon match like the like to some like the long awaited and Bret Hart really just whooped his ass, and Vince McMahon just from all the things that he did to him, he just was like, okay, come on, and I'll let you just fuck me up for like 30 minutes. You know what I mean? What'd you say, Bret?
I remember I told you I sat behind him on a flight out of Calgary once.
His brother died.
Bret Hart.
His motherfucking brother died in the ring doing his Owen. Fucking died. I
was watching Bret Hart before we even knew who Owen was. He wasn't even around at the time. I was like 9 years old. Yeah. And Bret was new. There's Keith Hart, Bruce Hart. They're older than Bret.
Yeah, because you used to watch Stampede Wrestling.
Yeah, Stampede Wrestling when I was a kid. I lived there in Calgary for 3 years.
There we go.
It was huge. A couple of my friends that went to it when we were in elementary school.
Was it just in one spot or did they tour the whole area? Because I know
it's in Calgary where they play the hockey.
Okay. Because
it was called the
they broadcasted all over Canada.
Called the Corral Center. Yeah. And then they had Maple Leaf Wrestling out of Toronto.
Oh,
and then McMahon bought up both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he bought up. Yeah, he basically bought the territories up.
The territories, yeah.
Yeah. And then cable rights too. At the time, it was really big. Yeah, because
it's probably better for them. They built it up to something that they could sell off, and then
they built it. They basically what Bret Hart says. He says, "My dad, he took it to where the furthest he could take it."
Yeah,
you know
but you know what? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just saying that's all I'm saying.
I was gonna say we used to watch a show when I was in like 4th, 5th grade, Stampede Wrestling. Yeah, and it was down at the arena, and they had a lot of people go see it. I never went, but some of my friends would go, and they had the whole show with the managers and the storylines and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Bret Hart was a good guy. Bruce and Keith, they were good guys, and then the British Bulldogs. Remember them?
Yeah.
There was Davey Boy Smith. Yeah, there's two of them. They were what do you call it?
One of them was actually
they were adversaries before, and then they got together and
because he's married. He married one of his daughters for real.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
but the storylines, they were the Dynamite Kid was a bad guy and Davey Boy Smith was a good guy.
Hold on, Dynamite Kid.
He was never mind.
I was about to say, yeah, because that was who Chris Benoit idolized. Yeah, the Dynamite Kid.
Oh, did
Dynamite
I don't know.
Is it Dynamite or Dynamite?
Benoit came up in Stampede Wrestling too, I think.
Yeah, yeah, but that was his hero though. That was the guy. He modeled his whole game after Dynamo. Is it Dynamo or Dynamite?
Dynamite.
Dynamite. He modeled his whole game after Dynamite. You know what I mean?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I think Dynamite did the flying headbutt, right?
Oh, no. Chris Benoit was out of Quebec, I think. Out of Montreal, I think, wasn't he?
Okay, but I'm saying, though, like, when his wrestling, because growing up watching Stampede,
I think,
that was his guy. You know what I mean?
That makes sense when you think about the two styles, or both of their styles. They were similar.
Are they like short? Was Dynamite? He was like a shorter guy, right? He used to wear like the mask. Do I got this right?
I think at one time he took it off.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's the guy I'm talking about. Because this dude did the flying headbutt.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and because that became one of Chris Benoit's signatures.
Yeah, he would leap around. Dynamite Kid would leap around. Davey Boy Smith was smooth too. And then they got together. When they hit the big league.
Hold on, run that back. So Dynamo Kid was what the original
Dynamite,
British
yeah.
Bulldog tag team. They were the British Bulldogs.
No, they weren't even the British Bulldogs. There's a Dynamite Kid who was from England, and then David Boy Smith was a newer guy. He came from England because he had from the accent. But Dynamite Kid was wrestling before we heard of David Boy Smith. And then once McMahon took over the Calgary and the WF came in, he teamed them up as partners, and they were never partners. They didn't like each other. At least the storyline. They were. So I like Davey Boy Smith. I didn't like the Dynamite Kid, but when they got together with the WWF, you like both of them because they're together.
Yeah, because before they made them adversaries, like you said. My bad.
The Calgary Stampede Wrestling, they were adversaries. Yeah,
bro, that's hard.
And then the Harts were tagged. They were together because they're the Hart brothers, and then Stu Hart was the one who started it all.
Yeah,
their father.
Yeah,
so, it was cool back then. I was a little kid. It was cool watching on TV on Saturdays or something like that. Saturday afternoons.
Yeah, what do we call it?
Now it's like Bret Hart's niece, who's up there. Who was her dad?
Oh yeah, she's wrestling with the WWE now, right?
Yeah, who was Jim?
Yeah. Jimmy Neidhart.
Yeah, that's her dad. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Jim. Yeah, because he's another one of the brother-in-laws.
Yeah, the Anvil. Yeah, he was mixed in with the family too, right?
Yeah, he had the Fuji beard.
Yeah.
It was what? He married Bret Hart's sister? Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm. I don't remember what. I knew he was
Bulldog were married in.
Okay.
And then Rowdy Piper. What about Rowdy Piper? Was he in Stampede? Because I know he was part of the deal when
I don't remember him.
Because he's a nephew. He's one of the first cousins. He's not even Scottish or none of that. He's a Canadian. You know what I mean? But
he's Canadian too, right?
Yeah, so when Vince McMahon absorbed all of them, this guy was like, hey, this guy got something here. And they made him, that was his gimmick, the fucking Rowdy Piper, the Scot.
And he had
all these Canadian guys were from England. Except the Harts, right?
Yeah.
A lot of French Canadians.
I bet there's I can't think of any famous guys that came out of Toronto though. They had All-Star Wrestling over there, or Maple Leaf Wrestling.
I don't even know like the rest.
But that's the thing though too, is like back then when he bought that territory, he probably would have he pretty much scrapped everybody, all those wrestlers.
Yeah, because and then
it was too hard. Part of the deal was that you have to bring in my sons and my nephew and my son-in-laws, and you have to and Rowdy Piper was part of that thing. These guys, you have to put them over at one point or another. Deal, and it was like a handshake deal.
Because how did they do it when he was running through America buying up all the
but see, that was a specialty though, is because all he had to do was go to USA. They were new on the block. They had USA. Pun intended, right? Because it was cable. When he went before all that, he went up to Stampede. There was one guy you had to speak to. Stu Hart ran that whole thing.
Yep.
You only had to talk to one guy, and now you have the entirety of Canada. So as far as the talent goes, he only really took the guys that were related to Stu Hart. It was like, you take these guys, and he eventually, Bret Hart was the guy that took over after Hulk Hogan. I think that Bret Hart, he probably didn't know that as the times changed, like you weren't gonna have a 10-year run like Hogan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Times have changed quick, but he definitely was the guy that they put over. He was an international superstar. Imagine that.
He never should have went to WCW. That's what messed everything up for him, because he never had any kind of run over.
Well, they screwed him.
Yeah.
They screwed him. But also too, because for someone like Bret, it was like for someone that grew up in this, his dad is Stu Hart. The wrestling is their life.
Yeah.
Right? So then now here he is. I don't want to drop the title to Sean in Canada. And then because that means something to him.
He wasn't leaving WCW, he might not have dropped the title though.
But then at the same time too, though, so then they start downplaying Bret. He takes himself too serious.
Yeah.
No, what the fuck? This is Bret Hart.
He's above the company.
What? He is wrestling. Like, of course, this is the guy that would take. You know what's funny is that he always took less money because of his love for wrestling.
Yeah.
And Vince McMahon being his dad, his second dad.
Because wasn't he gonna make like $1 million a year or something with WCW, which was like
$1 million a quarter or something like that?
Some ridiculous.
And
he
with
was
like
near
guaranteed sabbaticals and
because it was like wasn't it like 5 times more than what he was getting with WWE or something insanely crazy like that?
And then he stays only for them to screw him. Only for them to screw him in the timeline because Bret Hart actually wrote a phenomenal book. I had to learn how to read before I read this book. Actually, that's why. Just playing. Anyways, it's called Bret Hitman Hart in the Cartoon World of Wrestling. I'm probably paraphrasing it. Someone look this up. It's a really fucking good book because it's all chock full of all the real stories and even like the drug stories and the womanizing and like the life on the road and like being Canadian and fighting bars in New York with fools trying to test them all the time. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking an awesome. And it also like how, of course, Bret Hart's mad, narcissistic, and egotistical as he should be. So a lot of the book is pointing the finger at a lot of people, and it's saying, "But me though, I was in a hotel room taking the business serious. Yeah, there was an amount of cocaine and a bunch of pills going on, and Rowdy Piper was there, and because he always surrounded himself with the family. That's why Bret Hart had it good. And then." Once they started removing his family, like when Rowdy Piper wasn't a thing no more, he goes to WCW. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Jim Anvil, Neidhart, and them, they're all like C cast members. You know what I mean? Fucking, and then Owen Hart, he was like, he was always capped, like IC titles, like at most. Even when they added the European title, yeah, okay, cool, we can strap him with something else because he'll never get a world title. You know what I mean?
Nope.
Oh, did you answer Tino's question?
What was it?
Jimmy Hart.
Bret Hart and Owen.
I think Jimmy Hart was talking about
not at all.
I think Jimmy Hart was a manager, right? He was a small guy.
Yeah, Jimmy Hart is from the South. He was the mouth from the South. Jimmy Hart.
I remember him.
He came from the Memphis territory, if I remember correctly. You know what I'm saying? He was absorbed because a lot of those wrestlers that came from that territory, he was managing them. And what's funny too is here's a cool fun fact about Jimmy Hart is that he actually composed a lot of the intros.
Yeah.
He was a musician and a fucking thing. He like, I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. That's Jimmy.
Yeah.
That's him. On the guitar.
I remember that song. Fight for your right. Fight for what's right.
Fight for your right. Come on, that's the shit. Yeah. And when it comes dancing down and it hurts aside.
Man, I totally forgot about his slogan was "Mouth of the South." I totally forgot about that.
Yeah,
I remember now.
Because he was the one that would speak for he was always representing the heels.
Yeah.
The heel, you don't want them to get on the mic. Don't say nothing.
Now, was he with Stampede Wrestling at all, or did he just with the WWF?
You know what? Actually, someone might want to fun fact check me, bro, because I know he was in the Memphis scene.
Yeah, it was the Memphis wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh, then he went to the WWF after that.
Yeah, the big stunners, bro. Like he was stunned, bro.
He was hanging out with The Rock's dad doing Memphis wrestling. Like they were partners for a while.
Word.
When The Rock was coming up and he's like 14, 15, but he like looks like he's like 21 already, he would go hang out in the bar with Jimmy and like,
yeah, bro, put that on. I gotta go down the rabbit hole, bro, for real.
It was on the Young Rock, so I'm sure.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's gotta be true then.
I'm sure a couple things got fudged in it, but it was when his dad was like doing a lot of Memphis shit, and they were in between houses, and he's like just trying to get out. Rock's he's 14, 15, but he like looks like he's 25, like already, and like it's funny, like he's hanging out with Jimmy. And like he was like, yeah, don't make me get my bodyguard. And Rock like stood up, 15-year-old, but he's like towering over, anyone who's a non-wrestler in this bar.
Hey, and Jimmy was stunning too. He had the banging ass hair,
yeah,
with the fucking earrings, and the motherfucking big stunners and the match, the fit.
Hella swag, like hella
Swagged up, bro. And he would have a megaphone.
Oh,
Yeah, he was cool.
The mouth from the south. He was talking shit. And see, before I knew that he made all the music shit just as a kid, because the music lived in me like Teddy Ruxpin, you know what I'm talking about? Pause. You know what I mean? I knew from the gate, I was like, he sings just hearing his promos, like him speak for a guy, he's the guy that does the fucking Hulk Hogan song, bro.
Yeah.
I knew it. Then I found out he actually did the original. He composed the Shawn Michaels song and was actually it was him and Scary Sherry that did the original vocals on it. He did like background vocals, but it was Scary Sherry. Remember her?
Yeah. It's not on the soundboard or I'd hit the drop, but Peacock said that needs to be Deshaun Watson's alternate theme song.
Which one? The Shawn Michaels joint?
On Sean.
Yeah. Oh, Sean. I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. It's funny because that's like almost him questioning himself. Oh, I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. I got the moves. Drive the girls wild.
Who was Jimmy Hart? Who was some of the first like guys who he was
Okay.
in WWF?
Oh, I thought I was gonna say he was like a Richard Simmons. Is that the guy?
Nah, Richard Simmons is the aerobics instructor, man.
Yeah.
He was like Bobby
No,
Heenan. Remember Bobby Heenan? Bobby Heenan?
Brain?
Yeah.
Not
He was
Richard
like
Simmons.
him.
Richard Simmons is the aerobics guy. Fuck, that's funny.
Yeah. I'm a pony.
Richard, Little Richie. He had a Little Richie vibe going, but he was a white dude.
Okay.
Can you feel me on that? Because he had the mustache. He had the mustache. He had the matching stunners with the thing and the hair.
Yeah. I feel it.
Earrings. That was like a thing back then.
And he wore a suit, didn't he? Or a sport coat?
Yeah, he was always.
He would wear a whole match and everything, bro.
Yeah.
He'd always have a crazy. If it wasn't a suit, at least
polyester suit than the motherfucker. Bang.
Crazy sport coat.
For sure.
Yeah. You got Hogan. Oh no, not the leg drop. Said it got stronger the more you punched him in the head. Those 22-inch pythons, brother.
You start wake him up even more, huh? He's like, oh, now see, that was actually his gimmick. The more and more you concuss him, he's gonna have an alibi after he kills you. I blacked out. I don't remember what happened. And when I dropped that stiff ass leg on that motherfucker, they're like, God damn it. He's 300. How big was he in his prime?
I don't even know.
How big is Hulk Hogan?
I was like Hogan was like 6'10". But he's 6. No, I thought he was. I think he was 6'5".
I thought he was like 6'7".
Yeah, when I was a kid, he seemed like he was that big. Like when he was on Rocky, he was like, wow, the guy's a giant.
Thunder lips.
But now you see him like he's like the same height as The Rock, and The Rock was 6.
Because of age and like neck surgeries, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna fuse your shit, and you're gonna lose 3 inches. You know what I'm saying? At least
even the Undertaker is not.
Stack of dime
6'8"
stack of nickel.
Or 6'9". The Undertaker.
It was like 6'10". That's what he was billed as. 6'10" from Arts Unknown. No, he was from the Death Valley. But then when he was the American Badass, where was he from? He was from like somewhere in Texas. Victoria, Texas? Was that what it was?
You know what though? Bogey, I saw Snoop Dogg, right?
Yeah.
He was giving something to the Undertaker on YouTube about 3 weeks ago. I watched it. And I swear they were the same height.
He's up there too, right?
Yeah, but Snoop's 6'5", but he's not no 6'10". So is the Undertaker shorter than 6'10"? That's what I'm thinking.
That's the same thing too. How old is the Undertaker now? And many surgeries over.
49, 50?
He has new hips. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm just trying to all right, you know what? I'm gonna say what I want to say. Don't you tarnish the legend? They were 10 feet tall. We could tarnish Hulk Hogan all we want, though. I hated Hogan.
Really? I liked him.
Yeah, I never liked him.
Then after, I didn't care.
All my cousins loved him. I loved Bret Hart because Bret Hart sold wrestling to me. His move was the sharpshooter, fucks up your legs and your back all at the same time, your lower back to be specific. So the whole match was about him fucking up your legs and your lower back.
Oh, really? Yeah. He was the most technical wrestler, I think they said.
Yes, loved it. Sold it to me.
Oh, damn. He was like, remember Rhino?
Loved Rhino because
Rhino. Yeah. He kind of looked like Bret Hart a little bit.
I grew to have an appreciation for brawlers, right? Stone Cold was renowned as one of the more technical wrestlers for real. But when the Stone Cold persona took off, he was a brawler. So that's just all he did. He just opened up a can of whoop ass. You know what I mean? Fuck the technique. But one of my favorite match of all time, because I've been asked this question on the show before, and I had to like be prepared for it. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, what is my? But it was the one I showed my daughter when she got into wrestling. You know what I'm saying? My oldest. When this before YouTube, before the NFL, what is it called? The WWE Network. So you could just look up any match on YouTube, and it was the Stone Cold. Because after, first of all, for context, Bret Hart was gone after he lost in the Iron Man match in WrestleMania, and this is before all the brutal drama. He knew he was going to drop the title. And he did it in his way, you know what I'm saying? And he took like a long sabbatical. But in true fashion of now the new Stone Cold persona, he's just bad-mouthing Bret Hart while he's gone. Bret Hart, you did the best there is, the best there was. Yeah, it was. Because he's no longer. He's just talking shit, so they build this hole. And maybe someone want to help me out here. I think it was a Survivor Series 96. And this is Bret Hart's return, and it's set for it's a 60-minute bout, and they went to play basically the whole hour.
60 minutes, that's long.
I mean, because this would first of all, anytime it was a championship match, it was always 60 minutes. That's what they would say, because they would say the stipulations. This is a no holds barred. You know they do the whole shit.
Yeah, they said
they always say that. So it's billed to be a 60-minute because they ate up like 40 minutes of the night. But they're not a championship match, so that's why it was a big deal. Because this is Bret Hart coming back. This is Stone Cold. He's coming up in the world. He don't even have a real finisher yet. This is actually when he debuted the stunner. He hit Bret Hart with the Stone Cold stunner twice. He kicked out of it. You know what I'm saying? Then he actually
was that match fixed though before they know who was going to win.
Yeah, of course you agreed. You know, I mean, he's not going to put Stone Cold over. This is Bret Hart's return. Like Vince McMahon easily was like, "Yeah, okay, Bret. Yeah, you're not going to lose, Bret. Don't worry." You know what I mean? Because he was trashing him, like, you know what I mean, the whole way. So, but they actually became really good friends, like in after the fact. You know what I'm saying? But because Bret Hart, you got to remember, Bret Hart this is his pride. This is wrestling, is his life. So now, and then here's Vince McMahon, just good television. You know what? While he's on sabbatical, we're going to shit on him. You know what I mean? Because they needed Stone Cold. They needed a worthy adversary for this guy up and coming. Because they're not going to work him with, mind you, in 96, who's on top? Help me out here.
I don't remember.
I mean, it was Sean.
This is like before the Attitude Era. It's like Sean, right? Sean,
Shawn Michaels?
Yeah, he beat Bret Hart.
Yeah,
Big baby face.
Oh, I thought he came around in 98. I know he was around in 96.
No, Shawn Michaels
Triple H. That's Shawn Michaels from Triple H, right? 98.
I mean,
Shawn Michaels has been from the 80s.
Was it 95 and 96? He won the Royal Rumble, or 94 and 95?
95, he won the Rumble. Yep. Then he wins. Then the Royal Rumble punches you a ticket to WrestleMania. He beats Bret Hart in the big
Psycho Sid. That's who I was trying to think of.
Psycho. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See. Yep. Sid Vicious. He was in the mix.
Kid that said Undertaker. I mean, he's always been around the mix, especially in the mid-90s for sure.
Yeah, because this is right before the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
So they need a worthy guy to throw against Stone Cold, who's up and coming. This is before The Rock and all of them. They got Mankind in a gimmick, in the story arc with Undertaker, and they got Goldust, and they got all these, you know what I mean? And Stone Cold's coming up, and he's making a lot of noise, but they need someone big, so they bring him in Bret Hart. This match is hella dope because Stone Cold's a legit technical wrestler before the Attitude Era. And he's drinking beers and because he did all that for real. It was like because he got to do all that on camera now. But to be taken serious as a wrestler, he always wanted to be a technical guy. You know what I mean? He learned from the gentleman, whatever the fuck his name is. Gentleman. He always tells that story. What's his name? He saw a commercial. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm not. I cannot think.
He saw a commercial for a wrestling school, but it was like this English dude. He had wrestled, but he was in Texas. But he was a technical wrestler. So from the gate, he knew I wanted to be a technical wrestler. You know what I mean? He was a running back for real. He's physical. He's got these flaming blue eyes and the bleach blonde hair, natural. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because he just couldn't fit nowhere, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then, but check this out. I actually think I sent you this doc because I never seen this, bro. And it was dope because it was Eric Bischoff in his documentary. He was like, when we had him in WCW, this is back in like I want to say this is like the early 90s, maybe. And ECW had just ripped him off. They had just ripped him off and they said, okay, now you're in WCW and let him have it. And he says, oh, fucking ECW. You know what I mean? He rips a crazy promo, bro. And he was like, yeah. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But it's funny watching the promo because he got the goatee. He got the little, he don't got the goatee. He has the hair. He has a little bandana. But it was like the early stages because it was him, redneck. It was the redneck show because I always try to build him as like a Cali beach guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're a surfer guy. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm a redneck from Texas, though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, this is a fun one. Glad we knocked it out quick.
Yeah, I'm glad because I like going off the rails. That's my favorite part. You know what I'm saying? And the motherfucking Richard Kuklansky. That's the whole reason we started talking about Stone Cold. Because that's a Sagittarius thing. You know what I'm saying? To be like, you don't want to be that guy. That crazy hitman. No one fucked with him. Shaves his head bald.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shaves his head bald.
I was going to make some food finally.
Yeah.
My stove is working now.
Go.
I didn't eat.
I wanted to ask you before you leave. So, because you are the inside scoop to us. Is there any progress with the strike?
You know what? I was talking to Damien. He's all up in it. He says, now he's going to start watching it. He was supposed to send me some videos. He didn't, but I still haven't. Still got to look. I've been so immersed in the music that I've been doing.
Yeah.
I'm composing music for this documentary. And
that's right.
By the middle of the month, I got another week. No, I got 10 days.
Hey, I had to stop myself and say procrastinate. Pressure makes diamonds. I love that I'm a procrastinator.
That's true. Huh?
And the pressure makes diamonds because I feel like the longer I wait, because see, here's my thing too. When you're creating, right? Tell me this, Nelly. Don't you already feel like you know what you're gonna do?
You mean in general or for a specific song?
In general, like for a project, like you have a feel for it, you know what you do, and then but the deadline helps me because I'm like, all right, I'm getting close to it, and these ideas that I was feeling, they become like the general basis. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying. Otherwise, I'm really procrastinating. I have nothing. Like that's like my excuse for procrastinating. Like I know what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Then when I get on the spot, I just pull it out, bro. I don't know, bro.
I find when I do improvisation, I do better than I think I'm going to do. Because I'm like, wow, I did that, and it seems to work every time. But when
I'll be like, did you get that?
I
get that.
When I think about doing it, it scares me that I don't know if I can do it again. But then you step it up, and when you have to do it, you do it.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah. It's very interesting.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's animalistic.
I used to write music for myself, not for someone else. Like I'm writing this, and then she was, I like this one, like that. And I sent her a bunch of music, like maybe 8 or 9 different pieces. And then she locked on one. And then what I was doing today, I got up this morning, I was doing some stocks, and then I was working on this piece of music for 3 hours and playing the same thing over and over to try and use a variant. And then sometimes I hit a wrong note, which sounds better than what I was using, and then I use that. So it's just
sometimes an imperfection, even, huh?
I still can't play it the way I want to play it, but I focus on it for 3 hours.
Do you record every single one of your sessions? Do you record them?
I record everything.
Yes.
Because if I don't, it slips away, man. That's how I can relax. If I don't record it, it's in my head, and I'm like trying to remember it. Nah, I record it.
Not crazy.
I go, and I go back.
Bro, you know what I need? And this, I found this out more because now that I'm left alone to my own devices, like when I'm recording, I'll send you some new shit I did too, actually. But like recording remotely, there's not someone there to tell me, yeah, that's him right there, bro. I'm like, I just keep doing it over and over.
Yeah,
again.
me too.
And then I'm like, okay, then I'm just listening to them over and over, and I'm like, oh, I like this one, but this part here and this and
yeah, and that part. Yeah, I was going through that today and yesterday.
But if I didn't realize the important part of the formula when I'm in my sanctuary is that I have my guy there that tells me that's him right there, bro. You're good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I find, see, if you have this issue, not a problem, but I'll get a piece of music in my head and I move it around, but then I want this chord, it's in pieces and it's not even sequential. Then I got to move it around and put it in order. It's tough because it's got a section of music that's doing that work too. I can take this 15 seconds and put it in front of this 15 seconds or 20.
What was my whole creative thing while I was even doing this technical thing? You know what I mean? Like,
and then I go back to play it. I remember I have to go open my phone up and say, okay, how did I play that? That's how it goes.
You got to relive it again. You're like,
I spent like 4 hours on it straight, and then I can't even remember it the next day. And then once you get into a groove, and then you remember it like that, it just happens.
Yeah. See, when I'm writing too, that I like writing when I'm inebriated because it simulates like when I'm in the studio with my homies and I'm drinking, I'm having a good time. You know what I mean? Because I just, pun intended, get the creative juice fun. It's just maybe it's always how I did it. It's not that I can't do it without it, but I enjoy it. But then it's funny because remembering the shit in the morning, like, because now I'm not in the lab putting it down as I go. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I write it because I might not write. If I write a whole verse, I'll put it down. You know what I'm saying? At least just like now I know. You know what I'm saying? I'm by myself. I got to put it all down just for references.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am getting old. I wake up like shit. Yeah, I'll be writing something. I'm getting struck with creative genius. Then boom, the baby's waking up on a monitor. Like, fuck. You know what I mean? And like, what was that? What was that?
Like, you don't want to talk to anybody because you're in the groove. And if
then I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get a fucking diaper. Don't get it
back.
You know what I'm saying? But then I gotta relive that. You know what I'm saying? I trigger the memory. But it's also too. It's also like the arrogance in my personality, where like I became good at what I do because I've relied on my memory. Like just everything is up here. You know what I'm saying? And I only trust me for organization in that sense of what I'm doing. Lyrics, fucking ordering of songs, structures. I already always know how I want to do things. And it's funny because I was actually expressing this to Huss earlier. Damn it. When I'm not there now, I can't annoy people like how I used to. Like,
what's that when you're not?
Because I'm very uniform on how I do things. For example, I recorded some shit remotely and I sent it over to my guy. Then he does this thing to it. Then the next time he needed me something to record something, I record it and I send it over to him. I say, use all my presets. You know what I mean? It's not a shot at him. Just I'm recording it within mind that these are my presets that I'm boom. Then I heard it. That when he sends it back to me, because now it saves him the work too. Don't get creative with me. You already have years and years of what we figured these certain presets. Just plug it right in, bing, bing, bang, send it to me immediately. And he got it to me right away. I was like, there he is. You know what I mean? But it's because I'm so far away. Like, don't get creative with me.
Yeah.
I already figured out my niche.
Cool.
It's something I've honed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's interesting stuff and it doesn't stop, man. Alex enjoyed it.
But I'm real specific with it. That's why, like, even like when I work with any other artist, like when Huss, you just got to start doing this and that. You're right. because I can't, like, this is how he does his thing. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't imagine if someone told me, hey, do this and that. Your music. I'm like, oh, fuck that. You know what I mean?
You know what? It's funny it's funny that you bring that up, because I was even thinking, almost second guessing myself, and then I think, who else is going to tell me like how to do it? I want to do it my way. I get this voice in my head that, are you sure that's the way you want to do it?
You are Uranus.
I'm like,
We
yeah.
are Sagittariuses. We are one of ones. We just so happen to find each other. You know
Yeah,
what I
and
mean?
who's to say that? Why do you have to do it your way? You know, their way,
Exactly.
right? And if you
They
pick
might
one way
want
to
it
do it, there's
because-
always another way to do it.
They might want it because they like the Nelly way. You know what I mean?
But you know what? Even though I'm working on this documentary, this intro for the documentary,
Right.
I'm still gonna hit you up on the mixing end of things.
Do you know what the documentary is about? Did they give you any inspiration, or you just
I do, but I can't say anything yet. But it's about a religion, a certain religion.
Okay.
I can't put it out there yet, but
yeah, I was wondering if they gave you any insight, so you knew,
I know.
Yeah, what you're writing the score for, pretty much.
Yeah, she gave me insight. Actually, I thought about, she's one of the ones that we maybe have on. She doesn't really do a lot of documentaries, although she's doing this because she used to be a part of the religion.
Okay.
But she no longer is, but she just wants to do a thing on it, and she's shooting. She started shooting last week. But she does more fiction stuff. But we may have her on. She's a writer, producer type of chick.
You know what?
Woman.
Now,
We should do a Nelly show.
She's very interesting. What's that?
You should do a Nelly show where you bring on your peers in the world. We won't even be on this show. You should have a space where you bring on these people and
let's talk about that, guys. We're gonna have some guys come on for the movie review show, but I'm open to that. That's good ideas, man. I'm open to doing more.
Because you know what, too, is it's an easier sell to be like, hey, come on and let's talk about just like our experiences as artists. You know what I mean? And because you know what it is too, is like you're privy to this world because you're actually a down-to-earth guy. It isn't like the quote unquote stereotypical like Hollywood. You're rocking with us. It's like proof of it. So I'm sure all the people that rock with you are the same down to earth. You know what I mean? Because they get lost in the word. You guys get lost in the word. You guys are a smaller percentage in Hollywood, I would imagine. You know what I mean? Of like more fictitious and surface level being fake.
Well,
you guys are actually like.
And now wouldn't now be like a really good time, because with the strike going on, this is a good time to get people on like a platform for what they're actually. If there are people out who are striking, tell us what strike's about. Educate the people about that kind of stuff, because we kind of have no idea. We want to know what it's all about. We know it's about getting more money. It's about AI.
Yeah, I'll admit it. I'm guilty of it.
AI.
I'm guilty. Listen, I'll own up. I stream things.
We all do.
I'm guilty of it.
Confess. Show your confessions.
And then the biggest thing
speak on high.
The biggest thing is really the streaming platforms having a chokehold.
I'm a part of the problem.
That's what they said. That's what they say. Yeah.
I am a part of the problem.
See, it's not us though. That's the thing. It's Netflix, like Amazon. Like, they don't disclose.
So I have to go on the picking lines.
It's not. You're not on strike, unless you go on strike from Netflix.
You know what?
But this is the biggest problem.
So you're telling me I'll save money if I don't pay for Netflix.
This is the issue.
I'm really cheap, by the way.
This is the biggest issue. Let me get it out, Bug. You don't cut me out. This is the biggest issue is with the streaming with Netflix. They'll have like their trending things, but any actor, director, writer, they cannot get access to the analytics that says this movie was watched this many times. They can't get that.
Hustler, I need to know exactly the watch times.
That's what they're just saying.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. How much
you would be like, okay, Bogey, you want to see the watch times? Here you go.
They want to get paid off that movie streamed like 5 million times, 10 million times. They just want a piece of that in their royalties that they're getting.
But then okay. Now here's the Bogey dumb question. If you were another country, right? They might that might not be in agreement, right? When you like, okay, I'm China, okay, Netflix, come over here.
Well,
Part of the contract, I'm not gonna allow you to see how much, you know what I'm saying, the exact numbers or something. You're at Netflix Europe, Netflix. Then it becomes like a taxing issue if there is currency, because this is related to music too. When you get streams overseas and you're paying as American artists, the money still comes back here. You know what I mean? It still gets taxed. You know what I'm saying?
I bet you, like, see the reason why Nelson, like he was telling us about, like his paid in full check that he just got, and it probably is because it's like some other countries over there, but it might be selling to cable networks over there, not just streaming platforms. Because like when they license it to like these cable companies, they know how much viewership they have, and so they're basing this price.
Yeah, exactly. They're basing it on their contract they signed.
But they don't have that shit with Netflix. So Netflix just has a chokehold on like their viewership, like how many people are actually active around the world in countries, and that's what's got to change. It's like
and you know what's crazy too is, okay, for example, a motherfucker like me, I watch different podcasts and shit, and then the motherfuckers have different sponsors, and one of them has a sponsor about the different IP joints. You know what I mean? Oh, you want to watch Netflix joints, but the different movies in there, you're only in Europe. Use this thing and blah, blah, you know what I mean? So it's like, damn, like you have all these third-party things that are bouncing stream. Like now I can pay for something, service that makes me watch only Netflix Europe only stuff, but I'm in America. Like when I'm streaming it,
they don't know that you're streaming it in America.
This is crazy. You know what I mean? Like I feel for them now, because I'm not that I didn't feel for them prior to this. It's just like, damn, like how
more.
Are you gonna track this shit? It's just, I make music too. I damn near got to give it out for free to get it heard, because you know what I'm saying, that way if people like it, then they'll go, okay, where can I hear this now? And then I can get some revenue, because oh yeah, go check it out on Spotify or Apple or whatever the fuck. But that's how saturated music is. I couldn't even imagine now with movies, because like if I make a song, see, I'm a micromanage this. If I make a song, it might be me and the producer. Say I produce it, even me and me. If I'm not getting no stream, if I'm getting jacked for this, it's just me. Now if I do a whole album and I got all these motherfuckers on it, right? And then they fucking us. Imagine movies, bro. This is whole like studios, whole people all, and then of course if you're in the bigger studios, you know what I'm saying, like, behind the curtains, you're like, listen,
you think about the royalties.
Hey guys, I'll stay on, but I'm gonna make some food.
Get some food in you.
If you guys want to keep talking, I'll stay on, but I'm just gonna make food as
whip some food up, bro. Come on, we ain't tripping. This is
There's
reality
people
TV
in the chat right now, so we're good. I just gotta get some food.
What you about to whoop up? Let us know though. Go ahead, get to it.
Yeah. Hey, any questions? Just holler, just yell loud.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was talking to Vanessa about this. It's like, what do these guys get paid off of royalties? What was it back in the day when it might have been a little bit better? Way more DVDs in circulation. And that's a big thing when you can press up physical copies of something, because then you
have a forecast. Yeah, because now I'm going to sell X amount. And that's how they used to base, you know, it's the same thing with when they put the movies in the theaters, right? How many tickets sold, right? It's always going to be based on and how much you could forecast it, right? Because for physical copies, right? You know what I'm saying? Boom. That's crazy, bro. Because I actually had the homie that worked at the joint. It was in Fremont, California. Right? It's a little, it's in the 510 area code. It's a little small little city in the Bay Area. But they had the manufacturer, they had the little buildings or the little factories that press up all the DVDs, bro. All the DVDs, like for major companies. And if you're independent too, you can go there. That's how I knew about this. So all the Thiz and all the fucking UGAs, you know what I'm saying? And if you this place was pressing them up basically $1 at a piece.
Yeah.
You get 1,000, basically. That was our deal as even. So I can imagine these bigger companies, they're probably getting it for way cheaper. Imagine the millions and bazillions they used to make, and even back then, those actors ain't getting no back end on that. You know what I mean?
Fucking kiddo. What kind of Airbnb do you think this is? He said, yo, let's get the Airbnb to set up some equipment. We want turntables, laptops, all that. Come on, man. What do you think this is? We need someone to show up with that stuff, and we plug it all in, and shit starts going down. That's what we need.
Hold on, bro. I'm a civilian. I agree with him. Why not?
Yes.
We'll get the Serato going. You know what's funny, too, is I envision this. Me and Kidda, like, doing something, bro. I think that's the time.
And Peacock said you can still get royalties off streams. Yes, of course. See, and here's what it is. At least for the movies, this is what they're like fighting for. They don't get paid off streaming. Like, they get paid from the companies like licensing it to them. So they get like a piece of whatever that number is. Like, they don't actually get paid per stream. Like with Apple and Spotify and like all those, like they let anybody, not anybody, I mean, you still got to be able to get it on there, but they let almost anybody, assuming you get your stuff on there, have a platform to where you can make money. But because it's their entire platform where they're getting all the viewers, they control the money that's going out. And that's why a lot of artists hate that they can't really get a bunch of money off of streaming, even if you have millions of streams.
There's the boy that cried wolf, right? And then there's Bogard scot-free. I've always been saying, give me money. They'll never be like, oh, this guy was never asking for it. He always routinely give me money. My mom will vouch for it.
For sure. And what Peacock say, percentage of the deal. It probably is, but I guess what sucks, so even we were talking about Sean William Scott on some previous
3 first names, by the way.
Yeah, beyond crowd pleaser at that point. So he only got paid like $8,000 to do American Pie 1, which seems crazy in the grand scheme of things because it turned into a crazy big franchise. But I think people really forgot that no one knew what American Pie was going to be. Like, it's a bunch of nobodies who are actually in
it. He said, wait a second. $6,000. Says here I'm going to drink some cum. 8,000.
That was it number one? Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah. Hey Stifler,
they're like, deal.
Hey Stifler, how's the pale ale?
Because it was, what's his name, bro? It was the virgin dude. He busted it done. Remember, she didn't want to give up. Tara, what's her name?
He wasn't a virgin. He just hadn't got any bonus hole yet.
No, yeah, okay, I can't. So is that a thing?
Come on, man. We're not like these Catholic girls who say it doesn't count if you're just using your mouth.
Okay. But anyways, like she ain't got fucked yet though, right? So she figured she'll fellatiate him.
Yeah.
But as a bargaining token, right?
Yeah.
And he buzzes in that beer. She probably fellatiated her for 10 seconds too. I ain't gonna lie, this motherfucker was quick. He was like, right when someone walked in too. He was like, oh, thank God. He used it as an excuse, probably. Oh, someone's coming in. I'm like, no, you're buzzing.
We shouldn't be doing this right now.
Oh my God. You know what? You mean more to me.
Tara Reid. Oh my.
Yeah, Tara Reid. Bad boob job. Bad teeth too. Yeah, and then Stiffer, good old Stiffy goes in. Yeah,
so he only got $8,000. Everyone said that this would just because now people are they're being a little bit more open because people probably assume that he made like millions of dollars over the years of American Pie 1. Not the case. I'm sure of American Pie, all movies that he was in, he made millions of dollars off of those combined, I'm sure. But he didn't get any royalties or nothing. Could you imagine? We talk about, what's his name, Jason Weaver, how he got offered $2 million to do the 2 songs in Lion King. And his mom was like, if they'll pay $2 million, let's see what kind of royalties they would actually give. But she was like from the music biz. She just knew that kind of shit.
She asked for less money up front.
That's the only way you're going to get. That's the only way you're going to get back end money is you give up the front end. And a lot of people.
Man, she was smart. Shout out to Mama.
Yeah, because he said that's still one of the nicest royalty checks that he gets per year. And yeah, I mean, he got I think $100,000. It went from 2 million to like 100,000 or something. It was like no upfront money compared to how much he got.
Still good money done from him in the hood, though. They was like, yes.
He said he got paid, I think, 50 or 60,000.
What came first, Aladdin or Lion King? Beauty and the Beast. Give me the order. Because
pretty sure it's Beauty and the Beast, and then
if Lion King wasn't the first one, they were like, I know what these joints do right now.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast was before all that. Yeah,
Aladdin was 92, so it was before Lion King. But that's what his mom said is, look at these movies and what they did, the ones that came out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the basis of the comparison was like, screw that. She's like, I know Leia Salonga. Leia Salonga didn't get shit. Yeah, Leia Salonga, she sang, she's a Filipina. Shout out to Leia Salonga, auntie. Mm-hmm. She sang The Whole New World and thing. Yeah, I wonder what she got paid for that. She probably didn't get noodles. Because I might have got a guap actually, and she's in the PI too.
Because isn't it? It's just like the music industry, and like in the music industry, they're really not trying to give you no back end shit. I mean, at first,
no,
they're trying to give you the upfront money,
unless you're an independent. But Disney, fuck no.
Yeah.
But when you're an independent, hell yeah. That's why. Okay. Who put out? See, this is a question I'm actually asking too. I wonder who put out Sir Mix-a-Lot, because he had the masters and the royalties
themselves.
He said that song like 100 million sold or something like that, and then you know what I'm saying, and then time and time again, bro, just like he said I'm able to live the lifestyle I live off that one song.
I've never heard any of these labels. Nasty Mix, Ichiban.
But that's my point though, because they're all independent. He owned his masters, bro, and his royalties to his song. You know what I'm saying? Bam! His publishing, boom, hella money, bro.
So yeah, the one that he was signed to initially, they're initially Deaf American, and now they're American. Right?
Okay, there you go. But then you got there's another layer to it. Who distributed them, right?
Yeah.
Because then that's who made the money with them. You know what I'm saying? Because now they're selling the records physically.
They came from Def Jam.
It's a sub.
It's Rick Rubin. He left.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was the original one. Yeah, it was a sub one though, because their major distribution, which was.
No, he said he left Def Jam and then started American.
Def America, right?
Yeah, Def America.
Yeah, that's his own. Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. This is his shit. Yeah. When was that? 80s something? No, this is 90s now.
88.
Oh, what? Okay, so this is right. This is right after LL and all of them.
He signed Slayer first.
Oh yeah, he started doing the rock thing. Oh, and he had. Oh, okay. Now I know what it is.
Andrew Dice Clay was amongst.
He left right after he did Beastie Boys.
Okay,
that was the last one he did with them with Def Jam. Because then he went, and he's the guy. I think I want to say Red Hot Chili Peppers. He was one of the ones that came across them first too. I don't know if he was responsible for them, but I know he came across them first at one point. Smashing Pumpkins too. Like he was responsible, or if not, would have been. Yeah, Rick Rubin's one of those guys, bro. He's a weirdo for real, and he has a crazy story too.
Yeah, a lot of artists usually end up being weirdos in the end.
Yeah,
because you have to be crazy to like think that you could do anything creative in this world. Because look at how many people are the exact opposite. Like they will not even try to do anything creative.
I know, huh? There's never no number one songs was wake up in the morning, Monday, 9 to 5. Blue collar, that's my drive. Straight edge, I don't drink. I mean, like, this is whack. You want to be normal?
I bet there's a whole culture that would.
They're like, that's just hard. Yeah,
there's gonna be some
trust, man.
There's gonna be some.
I'm in traffic. Road rage. I bet y'all do a road rage track right now. It's a hit.
Oh man, yeah. As goofy as that sounded to us, I was like that. I'm sure that would hit.
It might go. See, shit, I can fake it, huh? You know what's funny? All my homies, I swear to God, all of them, they said, bro, you hella funny, bro. You got hella kids, bro. You do the kids songs.
Hey,
and then it be and I'm talking about this. They've been telling me this shit for ever since I had kids, bro.
Bro, you remember
they send me links, bro. You ever seen this shit, Cocomelon, bro? Bro, you see this shit, Cocomelon, bro? You should be doing this shit.
You remember 2.5 Men? Don't you remember when Charlie did Charlie Waffles? You even wearing a bucket hat like he was wearing for his whole gimmick right now.
Hold on, I have to take this off. Don't put AIDS on me. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
But that was funny that he's a jingle writer, but the kids' music, that's what.
Yeah, that's where he came. That's his comeuppance. You know what I mean? But he's a sleazeball. It's not, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what's funny too about music, because it's like movies. It's imagery. It's aesthetic. It's not just artist. It's because that becomes part of their artistry. They don't want the authenticity, especially this day.
We find a way to separate the art from the people who are the artists.
I know. I'm from the old days, man. The good days, the bad days, man.
There's a lot of fucked up people who are making movies, anything for kids and like anything. A lot of fucked up people out there in the world. And, yeah.
What was that, Nelly?
Oh no, he's talking to someone.
Oh God.
And what kid to say? Amy Winehouse was a trashy bitch. I love fucking her too, because she could sing really well too.
Hey, listen, don't you disrespect Amy Winehouse. I love Amy Winehouse.
Fucking peacock. Lady Gaga wore a meat dress. Oh yeah.
Listen, Lady Gaga was so sexy in that meat dress. What is a slander? Oh, I guess we're not slandering.
Peacock said, "Yeah, that's just fact, right?
It's facts."
Peacock said, "Charlie Sheen, the tiger blood."
I have a Charlie Sheen story.
Let's hear it.
So we're at the Paris, and we're going to the chateau. And my cousin, who looks like a Filipino Mike Tyson, by the way, and we're out there. This is 2011, bro, Vegas, and I'm mollied the fuck out, bro. And we're gonna meet with my cousin. We're shooting a video out there too. This is dope because a lot of this is in the video. Not Charlie Sheen, but and he's big shit right now. He had just he's on the tour right now. He's on the tour. The winning, this is that Charlie Sheen. He got booted off of 2.5 Men. He's doing this tour. He's doing a fucking appearance at the chateau. It's popping. And my cousin, he sells dope to one of the bouncers. So we're in there like swimwear. And we show up there and we're waiting for my cousin to get his mans and get all the thing together. And one of the dudes, allegedly, you know what I'm saying? This is all alleged, actually. Let me just paraphrase that. And then we're going to change the names to protect the innocent. And so my man Chan, actually that was his real name. Cheem, we'll call him that. So my man Cheem, one of my producers at the time, my man 100 grand, y'all don't want to just delegate him, or he's my guy, right? And he had met this dude on the strip that sold him some good blow. So he was, you know what I'm saying? And we're in 7 days, right? We brought our own shit, but we're 7 days. This is like day 5. So now we're buying things as far as that goes. And so he calls this guy, and his guy's like, I'm at the chateau. He's like, me too, bro. I'm outside of it. He's like, me in the bathroom outside in the casino. So we go, and I'm right here, but next to this exchange. I'm hearing the exchange go on, right? So I'm like, okay, there's about 12 wolves right here. I'm going to go with him because I need a booster before it gets thrown to the wolves. You know what I mean? So we go to the bathroom, and I don't think nothing of it. When we walk into the bathroom, there's a guy plugging a door like this. And but my guy gets brought in, and he's like, oh, no, he's good too. I'm like, all right, cool. That's me. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm taking a piss for real. And then my guy's, he's elbowing me, bro. Or he's just kidney shotting me. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I'm literally, and then he's like, Right, Charlie Sheen, man. You know what I mean? Because Charlie Sheen's buying coke from the same guy, and that guy plugging the door was Charlie Sheen's like security. And Charlie Sheen looks like shit. Yeah, I have to do. I'm literally taking a piss. I got to do a double take. Like, oh shit, that is a winning. I just yelled out, winning. He's walking backwards, winning. And he looks like shit because you imagine, oh, that's right, he's not on TV right now. Where they could take like 10 years off his face with makeup. You know what I mean? He looks like hell. He looks like Charlie Sheen. Tiger blood in my ass. You know what I mean? And then it's short-lived. And we're like, all right, let's go to the bathroom stall. You know what I mean? And fucking, but it was like, wow, that's my claim to fame. We allegedly bought chow mein off the same guy and sold it to Charlie Sheen.
Oh man, savages. We'll get Nelson over here so we can wrap this up. It's about that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Peacock said he looked half dead already. Yeah, when he's not in full makeup and stuff like that, like he's not looking good.
You gotta look at his hands when he's on TV. You look at his hands, like, oh, his hands are tore up. You know what I mean? Think about his hands.
Fucking kid, I said, drank herself to death. That's my kind of woman. You're savage.
They try to make her go to rehab. She said no. Hey, you know what's dope? So the producer, his name is Remy Solange. Remy Solange. I'm probably slaughtering his name. But he produced along with Wyclef majority of the Fuji shit.
Okay.
And Lauryn Hill's joint. Her one and only solo album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Awesome album. It's so dope that she didn't have to do anything else, especially being like a shitty human being. Just don't do anything. Don't ruin your one piece of good work. But so when you listen to Amy Winehouse, also for the backstory, this is what I was getting to. This dude wanted to follow up so badly with another album with what's her name, Lauryn Hill. And when you listen to Amy Winehouse, she wrote a lot of the shit, and she also had some writers and stuff like that too. But this is what he wanted to do with Lauryn Hill, and he found someone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, for those that wish, like, what could have been with Lauryn Hill if she's kept doing music? Like, he had this arsenal of shit, bro. And he finds this crazy ass chick from England or whatever, the UK, or wherever the fuck she's from. And she is, you know what's sad though, too? It wasn't just the alcohol, man. She was doing meth too, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All bad.
Yeah, she was doing meth. And it's crazy too, because it's on her music too. About not the meth, but about the dude. That last album, like, she talks about this dude, like, because he keeps just bringing her back. You know what I mean? Just bringing her back to the abuse. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's crazy about some artists, right? We were just talking about maniacs, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be a special brand of crazy. You know what I mean? That's why I always knew I was about to be something. I know, mama.
I'm sorry, mama.
Hey. Oh my God. You know what's crazy is like that song when fools would be like, hey, bro, you still like Eminem? Because they used to remember how in high school, how Eminem crazy I was. Like Slim Shady, like he was so dope to me. You know what I mean? Like, I went from like Tupac and Master P to like straight to Eminem, bro. Ooh, Eminem's so hard. So they, you still like Eminem? Sorry, mama. I never met. Like, I hated that song. This fucking guy. Let's take us out of here. Where's Nelly? Wait for Nelly.
Yeah, where you at, Nelly? Where are you at?
I don't mind. I'm feeling good. He can take us all time. I never get mad at Nelly.
Neil says she's from the UK, and Kidda says, shout out to Animaniacs from the Bay.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? They're more renowned for their dancing. I don't even think they were ever like rappers for real. I know they made joints, but they were like turfers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sorry to hear that. Crispy said meth took out so many of my friends.
Yeah, bro. I'm not. I relate to that, bro.
Especially in places where weed's so like illegal. I feel like that just pushes people towards the harder drugs.
I'm Filipino, so there's that. It's called shabu. Like we were like, you know how they say the bikers and the bikers are just claiming. The white people always try to steal it and claim the fame. We started it. It came from the Filipinos, bro. I'm not even proud of that, but yeah, bro. Like somebody, if y'all want to do some due diligence, go down the rabbit hole, bro. It's been the epidemic in the Philippines forever, to the point that like maybe 5-6 years ago, they made it like mandated, like you just could kill dealers on site and put a sign on them, dealer. So then like overnight, like 5,000 people were killed. It's like, you don't even know. Like, there's just a way for the mob to have an excuse. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna whack some people tonight.
So look at this. I like it. Scott said, I'm high, but I have a show idea.
Okay. You had me and I'm high.
He said, y'all could do a show called 10 Ways to Improve Your Fantasy Football Team by 1%. I think we're going to get the 1% out of there. And how about just 10 ways to improve your fantasy football team?
Okay, I got one. Wait, well, rephrase it.
10 ways to improve your fantasy football team this year.
Number 1, get out of that bum ass league with the fucking kickers and defense.
I think we're going to give specific advice. That's more that's life advice. That's legit life advice.
Yeah, that's life advice. You're right.
For sure. And which brings me to my next point.
You should really question yourself. I be telling that to Steamboat, I'm like, we have the most elaborate league, but you keep kickers in it. And then everyone will vote to keep it too. Me and Tino are the only ones that fuck these kickers, bruh.
See, this should be one of the points. Which brings me to my next point. Don't smoke
crack. Boom, you'll be an immediate better fantasy player than that. You know what?
And I do like it. 10 ways to improve your fantasy football team in 2023. I like it.
How about this too? Here's one. Stop playing. Just take Travis Kelce in the first round. Boom, improves your team.
Boom.
If you're first overall, be gall. Have some gall. Fuck it.
Stirred up, B.
Thank me later. That's a 10-team thing now. If you're, you know what I mean? I still
a lot of people play in 10-team leagues.
Okay.
That's the most popular format. 10-team single QB. That's the most popular
standard
format.
With the tight end.
Probably 0.5 is still the majority.
Oh yeah, because they switched about 5 years ago. That became the default, huh? Point.
Yeah.
Who wants half a vagina?
Half a bonus hole, no thanks.
Fuck that. I have a whole cock.
And Scott said, I'm thinking one, watch games yourself. That's definitely going to be one.
Yes.
What we're talking about.
This one's for the dumbasses. I like this. This is.
I feel like this is draft advice, though. Is what I'm thinking with this, because we can do other things throughout the season. This has to be like.
I think this should be a whole series. I want to do life advice too. I want to do dating advice.
Hey.
I want to do drive through courtesy advice. 10 things you don't want to do in the drive through, so they don't ejaculate on your food. Don't argue with your spouse while you're. Like, when they go, can't take your order, and then you know what I'm saying. Say she's the one driving. She's like, what do you want? Excuse me. No, she was talking to me. Damn it.
Kid has said, you want to know how to improve your leagues? Leave it and join the Hustler Leagues. There you go. That's for sure.
Oh, so it's a trick question. I'm all about the long con.
Well, I'm gonna say like the points that we should make should have to do like for the draft. Like that's what I think this video should entail.
Okay.
Like, 20 draft advice.
Okay.
Nelson's making some food. We're waiting for him to come back.
Pay it. Just look at your scoring format.
Yeah, I'm over here, guys. I'll be back.
Yeah. Okay. What you got cooking up over there? What you whipping over there? You are a renowned chef. I'm curious to know.
I think he's on the
phone. I'm about to get some grass-fed ground beef.
Okay.
Pasture-raised eggs from my friend's farm and corn on the cob.
Okay. So are we doing like a? Are we doing?
Butter.
Like a ground beef? Are we doing like a like an omelet type of deal. Is that what we're doing here?
No, I just scrambled the eggs and then
Okay. Oh, so you're doing separate. So you got some seasoned beef with some scrambled eggs on the side. Do we do any kind of cheese? Are you like a cheese there? I'm a cheese.
I had a bite of it. This is Switzerland at Trader Joe's. It's freaking amazing.
Trader Joe's give me money, by the way. You know what I mean? When I met Trader Joe's is always gonna have a special place in my heart because when I started seeing my lady, that's where she worked. And she was working at Trader Joe's to put herself through nursing school.
You see that Trader Joe's, this stuff.
Yeah.
It's the best cheese I've had. It's delicious. It's
you know why I like Trader Joe's? Okay. All right, Hustler. You ever been into a Trader Joe's?
Yeah.
Okay. I want all bud tenders in the world to be like they worked at Trader Joe's. Because Trader Joe's, if they see you like on the shelf, grab some, and it's a worker, they'll be like, I love those right there. You know what I mean? Or you're in there, they're scanning your shit. These are my favorite right here. You know what I mean? They will let you know, yeah, you got it right. You know what I'm saying? I want a bud tender like that. I don't want to be like, and they're like, nah, you don't want this shit, bro. You want this one right here. You know what I'm saying? Trader Joe's is one of them ones, bro. Trader Joe's, bro. Give me money. Not a sponsor of the show. Let me grab a beer.
And Crispy, yeah, let them know. Go like and comment on the Silver Screen Breakdowns page. I'm going to throw the link in the chat right now. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers over there. Come on, we need a couple people to go over there. Make it happen. Make it happen.
I think you make somebody doing that. I love it. So it's all you know. It's a lot of time.
Hey, you think Vince McMahon is gonna shut our stream down for a second if we play I'm a Real American?
Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
Okay,
we already got shut down for playing too much.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, it happened pretty quick. I didn't notice it until we already came back.
Okay, what were we playing? One of them scenes?
It was right at the end, like the very end scene that we were doing.
Did it have a music in the background?
I don't think so.
No, I'm just asking because like I'm trying to like duly note the little things like, do we play a clip and there's no music or like certain things? Like I'm like, what gets us? Is it all of it? Is it certain studios?
Could just be certain scenes from the movies. I don't think there's really too much of a rhyme or reason to it.
I bet you if we play all minority shit, they'll never fuck with us. Let's do Baby Boys like next year. You know what I'm saying? We do Baby Boys. We show all the clips. Hey, tripping.
And Emil said Drunk Bogey's the best.
I've been told that. And not to mention, I'm on these phenomenal Molly, they're MDMA psilocybin gummies. You know what I'm saying? I was on the regular shroom chocolates earlier, but these things schmack. These right there. We're not even going to say the brand. They're an alleged brand. You know what I'm saying? But schmacky.
And Kidda said, I don't take advice. I come in and make them know I want the most potent weed you got.
Hey, what was this shit? Give me the fucking, mix the fucking, what do you say? Come on.
The whole
your grandma's boy. You guys there. Get the Frankenstein.
Yeah, I want the Frankenstein. I want the deer shit.
Come on.
I can't remember the four. The bling, the Hulk.
All of it.
All of them.
All of it. Throw it in the bag.
Yeah, but not the brown bomber shit.
No.
I already shit my pants one time this month. I can't do it again.
Did they flash over to the dude on the chief? Yeah. Oh shit. And you know what's funny is, okay, this is what's the best. Now you got drunk bogey and on MDMA too. So I'm just all feelings, right? And my girl, I can't stand it because every chance she gets, like even like when she came home earlier and it's me and Candlestick were kicking it, right? She's like, oh, great. And then when Candlestick leaves, and then, you know, said I'm upstairs and she's like, so are you just gonna get fucked up like shit all day in Vegas? What the? I don't even want you to go. You're just gonna, who's gonna, at least David's going. Is he gonna peel you up? Does David know that he's going just to take care of you, just to babysit you? I'm like, What the fuck do you think of me? I'm one of the greatest. I'm the GOAT, bitch. What the fuck? Peel me off the ground? I do the peeling off the ground of others.
I am the game.
I am the one who knocks.
Oh man.
What?
So fucking
She's
funny.
like,
Yeah,
she's like, you do all these shrooms. He's like, who knows what the fuck you're gonna do? You know these shrooms, you're gonna drink all this liquor. She's like, oh yeah, you're cool drinking beer. She's like, you know how you mess you are when you drink vodka? I don't drink Patron. I'm like, what? What is the deal? So, see, but here's my whole thing. Laws of attraction. Why are you throwing this out in the universe, babe? On top of all that.
I could already tell Bogey's about to be hammered because every time that
that's why I'm so great, bro.
I get off the plane, I'm getting fucked up.
Fucked up.
Wait, where are we going? Is there a bar?
Hey, last time I saw you, I ate the shrooms before I jumped on the plane.
Yeah.
And I made sure, I said, hold on. Remember, I talked to you right before I jumped on the plane. I mean, an hour before I was like leaving to the joint. I said, you got penis envy. Pause. I'm talking about specific mushrooms. He's like, yeah. I said, okay, good. Because I was about to throw some in the tank. I don't like mixing different, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I threw some in the tank and I hit, and then my girl's like, oh my God, are you fucking shrooming already? Because she just knows how I am. Like, I got this stupid smile. She's like, you're fucking shrooming already, dude. You're about to hop on a plane. Are you serious? I'm like, yeah.
Why do I need to fly?
What the fuck? I am Luigi.
Why do I need to fly on this plane sober? I'm not flying the plane.
And you know what was crazy too is like when I was, and I'm like, I'm in the airport. I'm like, fuck, I'm streaming. And this is still like super COVID OCD covert bogey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Sweatsuit, hoodie, gloves, fucking mask, stunners. Boom, hat, hood over it, boom, shrooming. And then I'm in between, and listen, you can't write this any better. Two big women in the very back, big, large women, and they know each other, obviously, and they just squeal, and they coughing and shit, and I'm like, and I'm shrooming, I'm like, okay. And I'm literally, listen, this is funny because I don't even want to take my phone out. I'm like, I'm so germaphobe because now I'm shrooming too. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, okay, we could do this. You know what I mean? I'm going to Vegas to see Huss and them and meet Hess. I'm like, I'm going to see the card. Because my girl, she didn't even believe that. Hey, you ain't even going out in the world. You know what I mean? Like, even like when we were going to do the Ohio thing, remember that?
Yeah.
I booked my flight, bro. Because of that, I went and got the fucking stupid vaccine, bro.
Yeah.
Because she was like, you're really going to go out in the world for real. You better get that. Because I was like, I'm not getting no fucking vaccine. And then I did it for fantasy, bro. Fuck. Yeah. And then I didn't even go because one of my daughters got COVID. I was like, screw this. I was like, this world is crazy. You know what I mean? That shit was crazy. But anyways, so here I am. And I touched down, and it was funny because someone came over me, right? Because it was my man AG who picked me up from the airport. And it was funny too because he was like, bro, you still wearing the mask for real? Because he was my neighbor living next to me when all this shit was going down.
Yeah, because this is 2022 now at this point.
Yeah. And he moved in 21, so I hadn't seen him for a year. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, part of him moving was like, because his dad living in Vegas. He was like, I'm about to move and just get away from this fucking shit, bro. It's crazy. We're out of lockdown, like still basically. I like that world though. I thrive in that world.
Fucking Marty said, come on, the vaccine worked just as well as not getting the vaccine. Right?
That's what I'm saying, bro. And I swear to God, I had to like I would feel like I was drinking all night some mornings.
Damn.
You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'm not gonna say no names right now, but I had another homie, you know, said I did a lot of content with at the time, and his baby mama got it, and she was all fucked up, like her equilibrium was fucked up, and it all like correlates with her getting the vaccine. And I was like, damn. I was like, my kids ain't getting that shit. I was like, fuck that shit. And you know what's crazy is like my son,
people are forced to get it for work. Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah, my girl was.
Shit.
She worked in healthcare. And then, you know, it was crazy too. She'd be like, oh, I'm like, they brainwashed you. I'm like, look at you telling me I gotta get this shit. Do you know what it is? So you tell me what it is. You know what I'm saying? If I cook a cheeseburger, I'll tell you exactly what you ask. Look, you ask Nelly, right? What are you cooking? He said it's a grass-fed. Well, ask somebody what the vaccine is. A little bit of egg yolk. No. No one knows.
Yep.
I put it in me, goddammit.
Yep, Meal said he was forced to get it because of works at a hospital.
Yeah. But shout out to y'all. Here's the thing, though. It's the vaccine works. You know what I'm saying? This for sure. I'm saying that because of what I know from the people that, like the elderly, like my parents, they got it like repeatedly. Because my parents, they work. They were smart. I'm the vagina. My parents was just out there, cutting it up. I remember when the riots and all that shit was going on, my parents were cross-countrying in the RV.
Mm-hmm.
And I hit my dad up, are you all right? What's going on? I was worried about that. Oh, no. He said, the roads are really clear. We're taking all the back roads too. I was like, damn. That was a bad joke, but it was just like, damn. Because I'm more so like, this is Christ, the apocalypse. When the 2020 first happened, it was fucking biblical. It was the bad days.
I just looked at the time and I got a text. We got to wrap this up. I was supposed to be done by 8 o'clock.
The bad days. Take us home.
So we got to wrap this up, and we'll see if Nelson comes back. If not, I'll put him. Let's get the stuff from the other one. But yeah, okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah,
Nelson, I'll be there in like 10 seconds.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. Make sure you go follow the Silver Screen Breakdown podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, everywhere. Go follow on YouTube as well. Go sign up and become a subscriber over on YouTube. Help us get closer to this 1,000. That's what we're shooting for. And we're going to be breaking down Little Giants next week.
Little Giants next week. So hold on. So you said help us get closer to what?
We're trying to get to 100.
They said 1,000. I go 1,000 where? About 100.
We are trying to get
put in the fucking link. Is there anybody? Somebody, man.
Let's get that. We know all we need is what, 3 people, or what's the count on it now? That's my.
Yeah, we're gonna get it by next show. We're gonna get it.
Yeah, we're still at the same. We still need the same. But 1,000. That's really what we need. That's when we hit the difference.
Get that
on, guys.
That's what we're throwing out.
1,000. Yeah, Bogues. Alex.
So let them know, Nelly. Let them know where to find you.
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube, Nelson Tynes. Search and see some of my acting. Even that video, was it Spend My Money? I did a music video a couple years ago. That went viral too. You got paid in full. That scene went viral. And then I got my demo reel, then some montages of a lot of my acting and commercials. And then go on Instagram. Instagram's not personal, but you have some of my food on there. And just some more shots of the sets I'm working on. I'm behind on that though. I got to update my Instagram and get some. I just wrapped a short film that we shot. I got a bunch of photos from that, so I gotta get it on it and then get some of my music up on there.
Cool too.
Not Alex. Sorry, Bogey. I'm gonna be bugging you in the future with mixing some of my music.
Yeah. Holler at me, bro.
Yeah, because I got my new. I'll wait till the other week, but it's in publication for a new musical name, man.
Ooh, okay.
Yes.
Ooh.
Right here.
Bogey, any parting words?
Universe gave me money.
See you guys next time.
Silver screen, motion picture shit. This ain't a dream, we really live this shit. Don't intervene, yo, we with this shit. That's where the most high, we the most lit.